Hi, I'm Gareth. I'm a psychiatrist and medical director in the UK, and I'm making videos about open dialogue, the inclusive and transparent approach to mental health care. This video is going to be about the second principle, which is a social network perspective. Who is important to you? Who do you connect with the most? Who do you trust? Who has the most impact on your life? Who would you like to be more open with? The answers to these questions are going to be very different for each and every one of us. And who is important to you may be very different. Could be family members, could be a partner, could be neighbours, friends, professionals who are involved in your life. It's got to be defined by you at the end of the day. In open dialogue, we believe that having as many different perspectives included in a conversation as possible helps us. That actually we get to have deeper, richer understandings of issues by bringing in the different ways that different people would see something from. One way we could think about that is by looking at an object. So if I hold that up and ask you, what can you see from your perspective? You might be able to say to me, I can see 4 yellow squares, Gareth. In order to try and understand this more deeply, you need other people to see it from other angles to describe it more fully for you. And I could be able to tell you that from my side, I can see 4 white squares. And indeed, the more different angles that we can then get other conversations from, because those are only our 2 angles. If I had other people as well to tell me that actually we've got 4 orange squares from another side and 4 blue squares from another, we all start to build up a more full picture of what this issue is that we're trying to understand by looking at it together. But it's also more than that. The more that we then start having conversation, we create new ideas between us, and the issue starts to change. And it becomes more complex. We realise it has many more facets than we thought before. And before we know it, we've actually, through our conversation, created something that's entirely different and new. And that is the way it is with open dialogue. It's not about the ideas that we each bring into the room individually, but it's about the ideas that didn't exist before we started having that conversation. I'm often asked when having conversations about open dialogue with people, but what about if you're working with somebody who seems like they have no social connection left and they're seemingly friendless in the world? We can still hold the social network perspective. And the primary way we can do that is by the questions that we ask, the order and importance that we place upon them. By asking first, who is important to you? We're already laying a seed in the ground that is also important to us as the people trying to support somebody. But there's other questions we can ask when we're working with somebody that still holds the social network perspective. If your mother were here now, what would she be saying? By inviting the person to think about others and their perspective on trying to understand a particular issue, we can encourage them to see that there may be other perspectives on the issue at hand. And I found that actually, working with somebody over a number of sessions, people who are seemingly friendless in the world, after a number of conversations, will suddenly turn up with somebody that they've reconnected with, a long lost brother, a friend that they called up and spoke to again and asked them if they would come along to have a conversation. And I think that within psychiatry, we've always followed a biopsychosocial model. But in open dialogue, there's a reordering of the priority of that to make the social the first and foremost area that we are interested in and promote with the people we're trying to support. I've actually come to believe over time that the social is the most important aspect of anyone's recovery. We can only fully know ourselves through others, from their perspectives to see ourselves as a whole. And actually, any attempt to understand somebody and whatever issues they're bringing to our door must include a social perspective to get a full understanding of that and to have the opportunity to build new meaning and new opportunities and create ideas for recovery that might never have existed before we brought those people together. I've got 5 more principles of open dialogue to describe, so I'll keep making more videos. Please click subscribe, leave your questions in the chat, and I hope to see you next time.